Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am in Roxanne, this Daily Rambles. Today we're doing season 2, episode 4 of Iron Fist called Target Iron Fist. So we start with Danny is unconscious on the subway by a walker, and then she starts dragging him and destroys his phone. And we cut to, I guess, the day prior or something. See, that's what I understand. They don't even tell you the hours beforehand or anything. So that's kind of aggravated me about the next two episodes because the next episode does the same thing. So we cut to where Danny is blurred about what he saw when they were during the parley. And then Danny blames himself, and he's afraid of losing control of the Iron Fist, and he technically just wants a piece of life. And then give diplomacy another shot. So we cut to Joy and Davos still talking to Walker. Joy will talk to her alone. So at first I thought like, okay, she's over her head, but she's trying to take control of the situation. So I feel like they're trying to steer her in a couple of different directions, and then just kind of like reverse it and try to put her like to be headstrong and stuff. And so then we cut to Reward, talks to his sponsor, which I think is also, I think her name is Bethany, I want to say. And basically, she tells him to be a better version of himself and won't be his sponsor anymore. And so then they make out and have fun. And then we cut to where Yang meets with Danny and Wing. The Tigers are there as well, and Yang dismisses the Tigers. And basically, she finally comes clean that her husband had a stroke and he's not doing great. He's actually in the next room, and so Danny, while Colleen's talking to Mrs. Yang on her own, he goes into the other room and tries to talk to Mr. Yang, and knows what Davos did and how he got the stroke. And then Mrs. Yang tells him to leave when he got information about what Davos is trying to get after. So basically, he gave the numbers like 212, all my fault, or something like that, and then he started to freak out. And then the nurse came in, and that's when Miss Jane kicked him out. And then we cut to where so outside of the apartment, they get Misty comes out and talks to them. So it's really cool to see her back, and they need to talk. And basically, there's an undercover cop in the PR who was on the Tigers' side, who was undercover, and he went up through the ranks, and he got knocked out by the Iron Fist. So he's in the ER, and tells them to back off. And so he said he will back off when this is over. And then we cut to where Joy and Walker talk, and then Joy knows about her personalities. And then we cut to where Misty and Colleen talk, and they actually get along really, really well. They are actually like very, very friendly towards each other. And then, sorry, the stand. And then we have Danny left as they go back to the apartment. He's like, I need some fresh air, and he just kind of disappears. And so then we have Walker chokes out Joy, then lets her go, and she'll do it today to get the Iron Fist. So basically, they have the ritual ready because they have the pot or the bowl to use and stuff. So she'll do it today. So then Joy leaves, and then we have Davos at the docks, and he goes to the 212, which is the shipping number of the container. And he asks everyone there, and the container has the old dead Iron Fist. And then he cuts it, which is super gross. And then Danny shows up later after Davos did his damage and left, and Davos skinned it. So, again, gross. And they have Misty and Colleen show up, and then Colleen gets mad at him, and Misty does too. And then we have Davos doing the ritual, and then we have Ward talks to Joy and basically blocked her from investing in the company that she was trying to buy because he already bought it, but he wants to give it to her as basically he's trying to make amends. He's trying to be a nice guy here, and Joy is pissed off about it, and then mocks him, and then just kind of berates him, and so he leaves. And then he ignores the call from Danny. Then Walker attacks Danny on the subway and have a really great fight scene between them. And then she KOs him and then drags him away to the ritual. And so basically Davos cut out the dragon tattoo and set fire to it. And then he cuts Danny, and then they tattoo a serpent onto Davos. And that's the end of the episode. What a crazy episode. Oh my god. I give this an A. It would have been A plus. I feel like it's trying to figure out Joy's character, and I just find it confusing myself what they're trying to do with her. That's pretty much my only issue so far in this episode. It was a really, really good episode. I really enjoyed it. No matter how creepy as hell it was, because it was so freaking creepy. Oh my god. Anyway, I did enjoy the episode. I did enjoy the fight scenes. They have really stepped up their fight scene game. I feel like they learned from the first season. So anyway, I really enjoyed it. It was really good, and that's going to do it for this episode. If you have any suggestions or any comments about the episode or any other shows, music, or movies, or even trailers, also let me know down below. And then don't forget to subscribe because it helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, everybody.